What's up, everybody? We're back. Did I miss out last week? I did miss out last week because I was out of town. We're back, and there was an announcement with Steam with some hardware that I wasn't even aware of until today because Sick told me about it. And then my experience with the ROG Ally X offline because that's what I did last week. How are the fellas doing? And what do you guys?
What do you do, baby?
I'm doing fine, but in full disclosure, I'm going to need an education on this Steam thing because I got questions.
Yeah, me too. So we got the expert Sick here. He can tell us all about it because he seems more excited than anybody else. Because you know he's PC
I don't know.
He's day one, baby.
He's Steam Master
I don't know about all of that.
Well, I don't know if that. I don't know.
Steam decks.
Yeah.
You know, and one for each room, and yeah, he's our expert.
Product.
House Steam
Steam products.
He likes his Steam products. Yeah.
In-house Steam expert.
Yes,
Our very own Gardner Bryant.
Yeah.
Not even. I am not a no. F that, dude. You already know what I think about him. But all seriousness,
and go Rockets.
Yeah, I can ask questions. Go Rockets, go. So yeah, man.
Oh yeah, man.
But even before that, man, last episode was very timely when we was talking about on being able to use your system on the go, especially if you have limited or no internet, and then you were forced into a situation where you needed exactly that.
Yeah, because my mom's house doesn't have internet; she just has her phone. And whenever I need internet for a larger device like a tablet or well, that's it, just a tablet because I'm not taking much over there. Then yeah, I just turn on the hotspot. But I was playing a single player game, so it's not like I need the internet, right? And if the ROG Ally offered offline play, then I could just play that like that. And with after having a little difficulty setting the setting right, just because I read it wrong, or I was looking for a certain thing, we got that sorted out a couple weeks ago. And then it
was only half your fault. Yeah. Like you did read it wrong, I guess, but at the same time, they switched up the wording recently around that time. So yeah, well, we can't take all the blame.
We'll just blame them.
Yeah, we'll blame them. I'm gonna give you a pass this time. We blame them. It's not your fault.
And it worked out well. There was no problem at all. It didn't hiccup. It didn't do anything. Just had to make sure that I got the latest save right before I left. And that's it. So when you power it up, it powers up normally, and then you get to your home page, which is a limited home page because everything's based on the internet.
Right.
And then you just go to your games and apps and fire up the game that you've already have downloaded the key for or your license for during offline. I only did that one game, Expedition, which is good. You guys haven't played it yet. And it just fired up. And just you choose your save that has been uploaded to the device or downloaded to your device, and you're good to go. And then when you get back home, just fire it back up, connect to internet. That way the save is uploaded back to the cloud. That way you can continue on your console without any issues. I do. Okay. When I was playing offline, like here and testing it, or just going back and forth on Xbox and the ROG, I do find an issue with the game save, the save file going up to the cloud, like back and forth is a little slow. Because I can play on the ROG for a couple of days. I'll leave it on or whatever sleep mode and keep it plugged in so it can recharge. But when I go back to the Xbox, it says it has a little trouble figuring out which save to use.
Well, it's not trouble, but the menu pops up asking you which one you want to use.
It does.
Right.
And I always choose the one with the most recent date, Right.
It's just letting you know, hey, you have a cloud save that's more recent than the one on your system, right? Because as far as the system knows, it could have been the system that's wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And so it's just like, hey, this is newer on the internet than what I have here. What do you want me to do? So, yeah. But yeah, you could perceive it as a problem. I guess once again, their wording could be some kind of way, I guess.
Yeah. But that's the only thing I found. But that's only when, you're trying to switch between Xbox and the ROG. So, and that can go with any device. If you're on the phone, if you're, on another Xbox, it can be iffy sometimes with that game saved up in the cloud. But hey, I'll take that any day over how we were doing it back then where it was on the console. And if you lost the console, you lost everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a new number one that I wish that I want for the ROG I thought, well, it's not going to be the Steam icons that everybody was crying about. I don't really care about that.
Yeah, that was a dumb complaint.
They really need to do something to fuse the updates between both on the Xbox and the, because I noticed last night I missed some firmware updates and all that because I didn't scroll down.
Is that the hardware
on the armor crate
specific, or is it the
Armory crate yesterday?
It's in the armory crate. Yeah, they really need to do something where they can phase all updates on one screen.
Yeah,
it would be nice. Yeah,
it's all in the same app. You have to scroll down to notice each one. It doesn't have like an update all button, but Steam also doesn't have an update all button. If you notice in Steam, if you have multiple updates to get, and you can start each one, right? You can start each one, but every time, let's say there's 3 on the list, right? You hit start the first one, right? So it's, it starts the downloading the patch for the first one, right? And then you hit start on the second one. It stops the first one to start that one, and likewise the third, right? And it's all like in a freaking list. Why don't I just have an update all, right? And you can just do them in order, because you're even allowed to even move the order like it's supposed to be that way.
Oh, really?
So yeah. So you can drag them around on Steam on which order there is, but there's not an update all button, right? And I guarantee
and when you mean by all, like the Xbox interface and Windows.
No, I'm talking about on Steam. Right.
On Steam.
Well, specifically, I'm talking about on Steam.
If
right?
there's an opportunity for Windows, because it seems like Windows is playing catch up to Steam. If there's an opportunity to beat Steam to it, that would be one.
That would be one.
Like an all-in-one update, no matter if it's the UI or the system, correct?
Yeah. Right. And
I just want it all one spot.
Yeah.
Instead of me having to go back and forth.
And on top of that, the point I'm truly making is, though, like, I guarantee you, if Xbox was having this issue, people would sit there and complain, right? At least the console does have that button where you hit update all. If there's a list of updates, it'll do them all. You're even able to like shuffle around on the order of update this first, then this, then that, right?
Are you talking about
that option? Yeah, in the console, console, not the PC. I don't know. I don't believe the PC really has all of that. Right?
And I understand the challenge of what I'm asking, right? Because Asus has different relationships with their partners, as Xbox is the software partner for this. So I understand the challenge of it, but man, that is a little bit of a pain in the butt.
I just feel how, like with the Steam icons, like you were referring to, right? They sit there and they complain about it. Like Microsoft is so
that's cosmetic to me. Yeah,
that's cosmetic. Number one. Number two, they're not treating it equally, right? It's like now is the time to bag on Microsoft, blah blah blah, right? Even though. And realist, it's the funny joke that he makes. I'm such an advocate for Steam, right? But like, I remember when they sucked ass at all of this stuff. It took a long time, right? And nobody wants to give Microsoft at least a year or two, to work shit out. I even remember watching Dark very recently. I think last week he did a video where they did an update where you hit the Y button to get that search box up top, right? And it pops up the keyboard automatically. And to him, that's the big deal. But he was also saying moments before he said that part that they're always doing updates on the Xbox app almost every day, right? And he's annoyed by that. But at the same time, you want changes. Well, how do you think you're?
No, it's like, true. It's about, I think, every other day. The Armory Crate isn't as bad. No. It's like every other day on the Xbox
app. Yeah, it's getting updates every day, and they're doing minor things here and there. Sometimes it's visible, sometimes it's not, right? But like my point being, you wanted these changes. They're doing them now, and then you complain of the fact that there's changes being done.
Man, we spent a lot of money on this. We need it the way we want it.
Well, you're getting it, and you complain about it.
Well, I'm not complaining about that. I mean,
I'm just saying people in general.
No. I would like to. You know how every once in a while someone will post something like a screenshot of what AOL looked like back in the day, or what Amazon looked like back in the day. Take a, I want to see what this this looks like today, and let's fast forward 2 years from now and see how much it changes, because it's going to look a little bit different, I think. So I've been staying off Twitter a little bit more lately, which I'm not apologizing for. I think it's good for the soul.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
But the one thing I have noticed about the Steam thing
You're not missing
is
much.
no. But here's the funny thing about the Steam thing, because I think Realist was joking around the new Xbox killer, but then I'm seeing ponies like, why are all the Xboxers? And I love it because they use the word Xboxers on this one post. Why are all the Xboxers cheering for the Steam now? And it's like, so Steam is killing Xbox, and then yet the fan base is all for Steam. So it's like, I don't even think everybody knows what to make of this Steam thing.
Let's be honest. They're really just mad that we are celebrating Steam because they know the PlayStation can't get around Steam. So if Xbox has Steam, we have PlayStation games.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's my Spider-Man still. I'm 70% done with Spider-Man. I'm enjoying it. So.
Yeah. That's actually, the first one's actually solid. I didn't like
I'm playing the
enough to
first one.
finish it.
That's my first one. I'm playing the first one on there. Yeah, I mean, I don't. So I'm a Steam fan. I'm not anti-Steam. I just don't get this. I just don't. There's lots of stuff that I don't understand. I don't understand the target audience.
You're not the only one.
To me, this just looks like a QPC Linux gaming machine. Nothing more, nothing less. Am I wrong on that?
You're not, because this is exactly what I asked for. But it's frustrating in many, many ways. So I guess we should rewind and explain what happened first and foremost, right?
We got our in-house Steam expert talking. Let's go.
So Valve out of nowhere makes an announcement, and I guess you should have put the video up. You want the link? Oh, it is playing. Okay, cool. So I'm not okay. Perfect, my boy.
I'm producing.
You're welcome, by the way, sending you the link yesterday because you didn't know it all.
I didn't
there
even know
you go. That's teamwork, baby. Makes the dream work. Love it, baby. I love it.
What's up, Punny?
But anyway, what up, Punny? What up, homie? Punty man. What the wagwan bunt?
Monty.
B-U-N.
Wagwan.
Look, I'm not even in the thing. So anyway, I can't even spell. There we go. Bunty. Anyway, so out of nowhere, Valve just drops this announcement, much like they did with the Steam Deck in 2021, right?
There was no teasing or anything like that.
No teaser, nothing.
But are you really surprised? Because that seems like Steam to me. Like
exactly my point. Yes, that's how they do. Right.
This is what they do. Right.
That's what they did with the Steam Deck. You know?
There was some leaks about this every once in a while.
But isn't that what we want? Because that's what I want. I want to be surprised. Not with some leaks that somebody found or somebody insider and say, "Oh, I got the goods here," right?
Yeah, and
then be disappointed when
you want to know why they got away with it, because I don't know very many people that work for Steam that are angry or get fired leak the stuff after the fact. Rockstar or whatever they're saying now.
Honestly, Kieran, we knew about this last year.
Yes.
Like they what they call them, data miners, found out about it. So like we've known about it.
Yeah,
we just didn't know when they were going to know the
Steam research team knew
the box.
The box, the headset.
Yeah, I forgot the code name for it, but that code name's been out for a while because they found
Deckard.
Okay. I don't know.
Well, okay. Linus or whatever.
I watch I used to watch Gardner and Decorated Guy.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy Champagne, but he's a pony. He annoys me. I can't stand it. I don't want to take over, but I can't stand it when these guys always have to just take a dig at Microsoft. It always has to become about Microsoft. But anyway, yeah, we've known about it. And
damn, Kieran's in the chat. What's up, Kieran?
Like a lot of people
everywhere.
A lot of people, didn't know what to expect. But go ahead, Sid. Go ahead.
So, it's all good, man. It's all good, man. Like I say, you're owed countless times. I can never repay. Anyway, so basically, out of nowhere, just like they did with the Steam Deck, right? But there'd been some leaks, particularly about the controller very recently, right? We knew some things with the data miners about the headset. What we didn't know.
Do you like the controller, Sick?
I'll get into that.
Yeah.
I'll get into that.
Okay.
Because it's multifaceted with that. But so we never heard anything about the console. What we know now is the Steam machine, the GameCube. I'm calling it the GameCube because That was
Gabe
a meme.
Sounds like
Cube.
you're saying gay cube.
It's a good name.
Cube. That
It's
is
a good name. It was a
good
meme
name.
from a while back, man. The Gabe Cube. I liked that, right? I always did. So it was about time it finally came out. That's the one thing that never had any leaks or
Can't
data
be
mining
Valve box.
about it. The Valve box, the Gabe Cube, whatever you want to
I
call it.
want
right?
you
It's
to
based
use
on
that
the
anytime you tweet anything about that
Yeah,
from now on.
hashtag
Yeah,
Gabe
you
Cube,
have,
bro.
you
That's what
have.
I'm doing.
Yes,
I'm doing it.
that's a winner right there. You
Bro,
need to run with it.
I didn't invent it, but I'm
Yeah, he didn't come
I'm
up
keep
with
to
it, like, but it's the best one
Yeah,
so far.
yeah, I didn't come
Right.
up with it, but I'm gonna keep with it. So, so first off, let's talk about the controller, I guess, right? And so I bought that Hori pad, right? I've done a video,
Oh, yeah.
unboxing and all of that.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, before I forget,
Mhm.
does that one have parallel sticks too?
No. Hang on a second.
Okay.
I forget.
Because
I believe
I don't think so, because I wouldn't have wanted it.
No,
if it,
it
did.
does not. It does not.
Okay.
And if you want, I'm gonna put my camera on. Geez, hang on a second with this though. This is spooky. This is gonna be spooky. No, it's looking at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
I will say this: the cube looks slick. I do like that little light LED thing. That is pretty cool.
So-
But
I'm gonna turn the camera on there. If you could put that on the screen, see that guy right there? There's the Hori pad,
Hold on.
right?
all right,
And I believe this is just a variant of some other controller because there's a spot for a headphone jack and it's covered up.
Does it have the
Super
four?
light.
Does it have the 4 action buttons on the back?
It's got the 2. This is
Okay.
back before they just introduced the new controller with 4. Remember, the Steam Deck only had 2, so this has 2. This has the quick action button
Seems like
and it's
that's
got the
4.
Steam button, but it also has the wireless connect button, right? So offset analog sticks.
Oh, then
Which
they
I'm-
don't have track pads on that one either. That's why.
It just has no trackpads and it has 2 more buttons down here. So actually, yes, it does have 4, but 2 of them are down here.
Mm.
Right?
Oh,
And so
okay.
this is a variant of a switch pad that they already have, actually, right? But it's light, it's got no rumble, but it was the closest thing to a Steam controller because it has all the buttons, particularly the quick access button. You know the menu that pops in from the right side? You access that with this button here. Like if you want to listen to your soundtracks or switch around your music player,
Mhm.
you do that with that button.
Yeah.
And so there's no controls that have that except for this one here. So so when you go back to the controller they have now, right? What happens with that is it's got the track pads, it's got all of that. The one thing I don't like is the analogs. They're not offset. God damn you, Steam, Valve.
Really?
What the F? What the ever living F? Y'all did. Oh my
Really? It's
God.
not offset?
I think the thing is horrendous.
It's horrendous. But
It looks awful.
it looks awful. From certain angles, it looks nice, but in general, it looks butt freaking ugly.
Okay, there it
But
is.
I don't care what it looks like if it's comfortable, and no one's complaining about the comfort. I'm just complaining about the
no, it looks
offset
too
analog
bulky,
stick is
but
not there.
I
It looks
guess-
bulky and all of that, but it's supposed
What
to be
games
not
are you
that
going to use? What games are you going to use those pads for? I'm just curious.
What is that for?
RTS stuff like that. And when you're in
Menus.
you can use that in menus. You can use that on a desktop. Trackpads, they're very useful on the Steam Deck. Anytime I was in the desktop, it was very useful for that. And people who love them cap for them heavy. You can't tell them nothing about that. That's like us with the offset analog sticks, right? You can't tell us nothing about that, right?
It's been
We just
proven. That's
prefer that.
why.
Right.
I don't think that thing is
Exactly.
going to be comfortable, man, because your thumbs have to go all the way up against those. I don't.
already by the
Listen,
stick.
I get it. I haven't held the controller either, and so
It doesn't look
The
comfortable to
jury's
me.
out.
That's all I'm saying.
I get you. I see it too, but at the same time, there's a potential. I can see how it could be, but the jury's out until we try it.
I don't
So this goes back to my original question, Sick, and this is the $1 million question for anybody that can enlighten me. I need an education.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ignorant to what's going on here. All I
So-
see is a Cube Linux gaming machine that, spec wise, I would consider it. I think
appalling, frankly.
mid
It's
at best.
competing with the Series S.
Okay, yeah, mid at
It's
best.
it's between the
if I'm
Series.
being nice.
Yeah, it's
Right.
like faster than Series S,
Okay.
but lesser than Series X.
So you can't play every PC game on it
Nope.
unless you download Windows,
Right.
which is still going to draw more from that mid, settings. And if you are a Linux diehard, and I know some Linux diehards out there,
Yeah, the Gardner Bryants of the world.
most
right?
of
They're
them,
just nuts.
most of them have a kick-ass machine. They're
Yeah.
not going to downscale to this.
Right, but we'll get to that in a second.
They're
I'm
trying to
doing
grab
a
the
piece at a
casuals.
time.
That's what they're
One
doing.
piece at a time. One piece at
Okay,
a time.
I'm confused because it all
trust
goes
me,
back to
trust
the
me,
same
trust me.
question. So
Trust
even
me,
this
we're gonna
controller
get to
goes
that.
back to this. Okay.
We'll get to that. I just want to handle the controller first, then there's the Steam
Well,
machine.
here's my. I want to say this about the controller though. Why I go back to this point, right? Like
Huh?
I don't know. I don't understand how this is any better than me using an Xbox controller that most PCs will probably use,
In most games,
Right.
and just use my
And they say
mouse.
that.
Yeah.
And they say that too. They say that in the interviews. Linus said that too in his video about it. About it. Yeah, about it. Right. But
Right.
they said that. They get all of that. You could use a PlayStation controller, your Switch controller. It doesn't matter. You see how Steam gets. It works with every controller out there. Right. They don't care. Right. But they're trying to develop their ecosystem. And so I understand that. But yeah, I have complaints about this controller, but I also have an interest. I must have one. Let me finish what I'm saying. Controller, right? Okay, first the analogs. It's not Hall sensors, but it's like a newer technology. I forget the name.
Some magnetic thing they were saying.
Right, a magnetic thing. And what Rillis was explaining, which he made me remember, Hall sensing is actually a technology that was developed way back in like the 1800s, early 1900s, something like that.
What?
Like long ago. Like the guy Hall. The reason they call it Hall sensors is because it's named after some guy named last name Hall.
What?
Right?
Mhm.
Like he came up with the concept with the magnets.
I put it in the chat for you.
Yeah, he did. He did. Right.
So these are magnetic, means stick drift. Their stick drift is eliminated. No, there's not going to be any stick drift, right?
right, but it's
Not.
been Hall
It's supposed to
sensors.
last longer than you can live. But
Yeah.
supposedly.
Right, it's like a next level up, right? Above even Hall.
Pull my beer.
Right.
And my
it's even more
Razor
Hey,
Razor
I got my
Wolverine
Heineken
says
right
I
here,
don't have
baby.
to worry about that. So I'm just trying to figure out what it's offering that others.
Hey man, the sticks are supposed to be some new level technology. Also,
Okay.
when we get to the VR headset, from the controllers, like the circuit board that controls the analog sticks, like the board the analog sticks are connected to, it's the same ones they're using there. And so it's the same part,
Word.
right? That's in this controller and in their VR controllers for their headset, who we'll get to last, right? So also it comes with a little magnetic puck, they call it, right? It's like a USB receiver,
Oh yeah.
USB-C attached to the controller. Now the system, the computer already has one of those built in, so you don't need to use it with that. So you could use that with your PC or wherever you keep your controller charged up, and it's going to remember both devices, right? So you could use that machine as like a remote streamer of your desktop where it's elsewhere in the office or whatever, and you just put that in the living room and you just use this controller or whatever you want it, or whatever controller you want, right? I don't like the fact that the left analog isn't offset with the D-pad. We already know about that. You have concerns about the trackpads, but people who love trackpads really love trackpads. They updated the technology they use in these analog sticks, and from certain angles it looks great, and from certain other angles it looks like ass, right? I get it, and so that's the controller. I don't think there's much more.
Hey, I got a buddy of mine who uses a trackball mouse. He still swears by it. Doesn't mean I'm gonna like it. So.
I bought a
Yes.
trackball mouse.
Yes.
I bought a trackball mouse a couple months ago, and when it
Still
comes to,
swears by it,
Kept
man.
pinching myself with that. stupid ball.
overall, it's
Yeah.
great, except when you're trying to click on something fine tuning, you can never do it. And I had it for months. I went back to a proper
He
mouse.
still swears by it. I'm like, you're out of your mind. I haven't used one in like
Hey man, if ever
20 years.
if anybody wants to buy one for $40, I paid like $80 for it,
Oh my god.
dude. Anyway, so
Have a garage
So-
sale, man.
So, yeah, that's a controller. Okay, now, Kieran, to answer your questions, and we'll talk about the system itself, right? Did I give you the link to the machine itself, like each one of the pages for each one of the devices on the Valve
You
website?
don't need to. These dudes all have Windows handhelds with Steam.
I hear you. I'm just saying the link for the product page itself.
I
I know
just-
what I'm saying is like as soon as you log into Steam, it's on the main page.
Right. So okay,
That's what I was saying.
so yeah, you see the circuit board there that has the both of them, but on the analogs for the VR headset, it's the same ones. Like split in half because this is for 2.
It still looks like
But
plastic. Where's the super technology stuff on these sticks?
it's probably that black part to the right there.
Right there.
No, to the right.
Oh,
I
this?
said that part there. It's
Don't you
probably
yell at
that.
me. Don't yell at me.
I ain't yelling at you. I said to the right. No, I'm yelling. Anyway, so but yeah, there's that. So basically, I'm looking for the link to the specs page. Actually,
You think Xbox will allow you to use your Steam controller on the next box?
Absolutely, probably, yeah. That's the other thing we discussed the other show. Now I remember that you're saying this. Yeah. Because remember how PC hardware, all these controllers and whatnot, all of that should just work. So if you look at the
your
chat,
PlayStation controller too, game the way you want.
I will say this: the one thing other than the question that Sick is going to entertain me on, this does give you a glimpse of what to expect on the next box, at least from what. I don't know about the controller, but at least from the cube shape, the PC.
I'll be happy if they stay in a cube shape. I don't want some funky ass futuristic.
Right.
No, they're going to do some cube thing like this.
Yes.
They're going to do some cube thing. Yeah.
Remember, like all the mock-ups of the Series S, it looked like this, right? And this is I guarantee you, somebody if I was like, that's a good idea. Everybody's always talking about the Gabe Cube. Let's make one. Right, and I like the little LED light on it, especially now they just added that new feature where the downloads could happen in the sleep mode, right? Like they just added that, just like the consoles have, right? So I just sent you the link to the product page.
Is that a detachable faceplate on it?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, detachable faceplate. Yeah, just like the Xbox 360.
So that but one of the biggest lost opportunities I think with the Series X because of the shape is that right there.
No, down to the interface of the system. You notice we don't have that in Steam, and this is the other thing I'm saying. Everybody's like, oh, there's no ads and blah blah blah. They show you other stuff on the first screen. This is what it needs to have, and I'm thinking in a future update that's soon to come.
Oh, an Xbox app. Yeah.
No, even in the Steam app, like when you're selecting your games, it's just this where all the games are full screen and nothing else, right? Yeah. And so, we don't know the price or whatever. But I am appalled at the paltry hardware.
Flabbergasted?
Yeah, bro. It's six CPU cores, so it's 50. So the Steam Deck only had 4. This has 6, but this has much better GPU, right? The Steam Deck had 8 CPUs, and this has 28, and it's RDNA 3, which is crazy because even my ROG Ally from 2020. 2 years ago, so 2023, right? Is RDNA 3.5.
Really,
I don't get it.
They're really trying to sell in the LED light. There's an LED strip, y'all.
It's cool. It's
which
cool because
you can buy a case and get that exact same thing.
Yes, you could. But I mean, with the integration with the software,
print
so the
your
light
own 3D print your own case.
Stuff,
yeah,
right. That's not as easy to do on the PC side. Let's be honest. We can get the light, but is it really integrated and works the way that they have it? No, right? So I'm appalled by the weak hardware. 16 gigs of RAM, only 8 for the GPU. It's not a SoC, it's a separate CPU and a separate GPU. It's like equivalent of 7600, right? But it's like cut down by a little bit, right?
I'm not shocked by this though. Are you shocked by it? Because I'm not. Because I'm
shockingly appalled by the weak hardware.
Oh, here it is.
And what we're likely to expect them to charge for it. Now, for a second there, I was saying, oh, it's gonna be subsidized like the handheld was. No, because Linus and no, they're not doing that. Yeah,
that's over. If Microsoft and PlayStation,
I think it's gonna be 500. I think it'll be 500.
Definitely is not subsidizing.
I think more than that.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna
$500, Kieran.
You don't think it's gonna be 500?
No,
and
without subsidy.
The controller, and without the controller, too, likely.
So here's the only.
Look at the Series S. Series S is almost 500.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm not thinking. I'm thinking of next gen
Well,
and
they
what
put
it's
a
got to
banana-
compete with in the next 2
They
years.
put a banana on top of it.
Well, that's the thing they do to give you relative size of stuff nowadays.
It's
Like
a-
the banana is the thing to do.
I'm gonna shut up until I can. Until I'm gonna just shut up.
Hey, keep in mind, I've been in chat, so I wouldn't interrupt you. So just note that.
All right.
Because I really,
Hey,
man, I've
check
been
this out right here.
pondering this thing, man, and I've been listening to all the foolishness about the Steam fans, just like with the Steam Deck. It's just it's times 2.
Yes.
I think, I mean, I could be wrong, and I'm gonna say my point here, and I think the target audience is for those who want to go into PC, and they're finding, and I think this will be the cheaper version to do it.
It's their entry level
Yes.
Well,
to PC gaming without having to deal with all the PC parts.
before I answer that, Realist was gonna say something, and I wasn't the one interrupting this time. So
No, I interrupted him that time. Go ahead, Realist.
I said because man, I got a lot to say about this because I've been hearing
Oh,
so
you-
many goofy opinions about this thing. And like, I was one of the guys who bought a Steam machine back in the early 2000s.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? And then now you look at where guys are, you know, everybody if you're a Steam customer, you have a PC.
Right.
So
Yep.
who is this really for? Now,
Right.
I would say that it's really for these guys or these people who just refuse to upgrade. If Valve can somehow get this to be a minimum spec, then they're cooking with something. But for now, it's just something for fans of Steam. I understood the Steam Deck. I got a Steam Deck day one. Well, I ordered it for day one. I didn't
You
get
got
it.
like 6 of them.
How much you think it's going to be, Realist?
This thing, 6.
Yeah, it's
least
it's gonna be more than it's really worth.
How much you think the
I-
next box? How much you think the next box is going to be?
Next box gotta be. It's gonna be around 1,000. I said 1,200.
Yeah,
I say
1,000 to
800.
12.
I say 800 or more. I say 800.
And how much
or
do you
more.
think the PS6 is going to be?
About
At
100 or more.
At least 800.
Yeah, see, I think they're going to undercut them too. I just don't know if it's going to be
technically they're undercutting them,
700.
but
Yeah.
those next consoles are not coming out next year. I don't think. I'm starting to think no. I think
It's
it's
not
more
next year.
time
I
than
think
that.
2027. I think
Maybe
Xbox is
even
2027.
2028 or maybe even 2028. The PlayStation might be out earlier, right? Because it's weaker hardware, right? I think the Xbox might be out afterwards this time.
I
So-
think Xbox comes out first, dude.
Like they always have.
Because they usually do, right? But I think they're gonna
Well,
learn
not even that, but they've closed the book on the Series X like 2 years ago. They really have. I mean, if we're being honest, everybody's all up in arms about they're dropping 30% every quarter. It's like, yeah, because they stopped making them, dude. They've been selling out their existing inventory. They've closed the book on Series X in 2024.
All right, because look, you guys, they say they're not subsidizing.
Yeah,
Okay,
Who
hold
says
on.
that? Steam? Who says that?
Yeah. Valve does.
Valve said they're not subsidizing it? Okay.
Yeah. Let him speak. Let him tell him. Let him tell
I
you.
want to hear.
It wasn't me this time.
No, I asked him a question. He said it. I wanted to know who because I didn't hear it. So I'm asking a question. Go ahead, Realist.
He needed. He's mad.
He got mad. I didn't mean to. He said something. I want to know what he got it from. That's all.
I hear you. Look, yeah.
If you're saying it's Linus that said it, I don't know if I trust what Linus says on that. If Valve said it, okay.
I think it was Valve. As far as
Okay.
I know. So, yeah. Then, but Linus also said it, right? He said he talked to them, and that's what they said. I think.
I don't.
I think that's how he said it. I think that's how he said. I
I don't trust Linus. I don't.
So you think it's subsidized?
I don't think he would. I don't think the company would tell him that. I
Well-
don't think any good company would tell Linus, a guy on YouTube, we're either going to subsidize or we're not. I don't think
Well-
they would. I wouldn't do it. I certainly as hell wouldn't do it. Why would
Well-
I? Why would I trust? Why would I trust him?
Well, I remember now that he also said, well, think about they may not be the only ones to sell these machines, right? They may be going back to the third party thing again. And much like
I want
Microsoft-
to hear what Realist has to say though, because I didn't mean to cut you off. Real, I was just asking.
No,
who-
it wasn't you. My son called me and he didn't run
Oh!
that darn thing. And he didn't. That's what I said. As soon as I started talking, I don't know if I could hear my phone ring. I was like, oh
Nah.
shoot. He called
Nah,
me
me
anyway.
neither.
What I can't remember what I was saying, but what I was saying is that if they're not subsidizing, right? Then the reason why they want to get it from subsidy is because supposedly AMD wants more money. So that means that PlayStation doesn't control the price. Xbox doesn't control the price. I just read that RAM is up 175%.
Yep,
So
it's true.
So if people are paying $1,200, $1,500, $1,600, $1,700 for cell phones, this is what I'm hearing from Satya. It's time for you to. This is what I'm reading between the lines. The way he describes their subsidy, he looks at it like when he talks about it, it's like ugh. Whenever I see him when I saw him talk about the subsidy, he didn't talk about it a lot about how they sell at a loss to make money on software and services, but they don't control the price. And if the what is it called? PS5 Pro is over $850. If you want a full fat PS5 Pro, it's over $850. You know what I mean? It's gonna cost, and it's gonna. I say it's gonna be at least $1,000, and the PS6 is gonna be cheaper because it's gonna be weaker. But Xbox is not looking to compete with them in that way anymore.
Right.
So when you look at this thing, it's not gonna be competing with next gen. This thing is for fans of Steam, just like Kira, you keep talking crap about their controller. Just like we love Xbox controller, or I know I love Xbox controller more than other controllers.
Me too.
And controllers shaped like the Xbox controllers. Like I love the
most
Wii.
PC gamers agree with you though.
Yeah,
it's not a Wii controller.
PC guys like strictly about keyboard and mouse. Why would they want to control?
No.
But when they use
certain games, yes,
Xbox controllers.
Yes, but PC gamers will use the Xbox controller more than they will the PS.
Well, that goes back into PlayStation and their stupidity, right? They wanted to have a whole walled garden where you can only use their things with their things and on their things. So now they're bringing their controllers to PC. So by 20 years later, Xbox has already established a user base of PC players with the Xbox controller, and it's been proven that it's the most ergonomic feel. Like the only goofball companies that use the PlayStation feel of controller were Stadia, they're gone. PlayStation, obviously, and what was the other one? No, Luna is shaped more like an Xbox controller, but it has parallel sticks, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, even Nintendo knew not to do it, right? Like the OGs of controllers.
The who controllers?
Nintendo.
The Pro controllers?
The OGs of controllers. The OGs of controllers. When we know about a D-pad and some buttons, because before that was Atari, right? With joystick and button.
Well,
like
I'm only like the main thing I'm talking about, because like even when you go to the Steam controller, it does not have the feel or shape of a PlayStation controller.
No, it doesn't.
It's still the Xbox ergonomics. You know what I mean? That is proven. Now, I don't like parallel sticks, but I understand why they had to be parallel, because they wanted to add trackpads.
Yeah.
But I don't if these companies aren't subsidizing, they're bigger than Steam. When Gabe described the Steam Deck, he said it was a painful thing for him to subsidize the Steam Deck. And the Steam Deck was still $700 if you wanted the best one.
Yeah.
So I don't see this, and this is 6 times more powerful. Was it 4 or 6?
Six times.
I think it's 6 times more powerful than the Steam Deck, right? So I expect it to probably cost more than the consoles that are out right now, while everybody's thinking they're going to undercut. If Xbox is raising the price and they're losing like 2 to 1 right now, they're doing it for a purpose, because they don't want to lose money on it anymore. PlayStation is raising the price on their their consoles.
Thing I want to add to is Valve said, I quote, console level pricing, or something to that extent. Exactly.
Right.
So I'm not going to quote. Right. But
console level pricing has changed now.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the other thing I was going to say. That actually implies jack shit, because they switched up a lot of stuff now. So who knows?
So this is what I'm starting to see here. Or at least I'm starting to see the pattern here. Microsoft is going for the premium gaming experience. They're going to be the more expensive one. They're going to be the one that you can play anything and everything on our platform. But you're going to pay more for it. You have Steam that I've said this, Sick. I mean, I've said that Steam has found a niche to be a more cost effective, where you don't have to blow a budget to use theirs. And then PlayStation is kind of the brand that they're relying on. This, well, we're not going to go PC, but we're going to have one foot in PC, but we're still going to stick to our console roots, as you know. And then Nintendo is kind of like in their own little island. So I think, Realist, I think I think I agree with you. I think I mean, I don't know if it'll be 700. I think 6 probably is right, because I think PlayStation will probably be at 700-800. Xbox, I would.
It's gonna be priced to profit. It's no longer gonna be priced
to profit. Right. And this is why I say what I was saying. I'm appalled by the level of hardware, because that price for this piece of shit. F no, because right now you can go on Amazon for $400 and get a mini PC that you see ETA Prime does at one point, a couple videos a week, right, of all these mini PCs that stomp fire out of this, and you could put the official Game OS
Our buddy Turk is developing his own, 3D printer and all, and
that does better than this too. Like, what are we doing? You can make your own. That does better, and then put the same
you're
OS.
not the normal user who would purchase this, though.
No, we get it, but still.
But that's the thing, though. This thing is not going to sell. It's not going to sell.
Better off get a PlayStation, especially to those people, right? You're better off getting a PlayStation or Xbox or a Switch, then, right? If you're spending that much to get this little, like, no, that's not a good sell.
I don't like Steam heads
about I'm gonna buy this. I'm like, oh, you guys have you have no idea. Oh my god, I'm appalled by this. I really am, hardware wise.
I don't like the Steam heads, or maybe I should call them steampunks. The one that that are
steampunks, man.
Yeah, the ones that are going on on Twitter and saying, well, it'll play every PC game, and I'm like, oh, hold on.
It's not, and you know it.
It will.
It will if you download Windows and take more resources out of your machine.
Yeah, that's the only way you're really gonna do it.
It's not gonna play. It's not gonna play Fortnite. It's not gonna play Call of Duty. It's not gonna play Battlefield.
Care less about anything Steam is doing.
Nobody cares. Exactly, and you love to say that about Steam. This is where all that stuff you say to me about Steam, right? Comes back in the win column for you, Realist, right? All that stuff. Now this is where it comes home to roost. Really, like you get all the W's right here in this part of the conversation, because this is stuff you've been saying the whole time, right? And I always told you I don't disagree on the PC side, on Windows, where you don't have these issues, right? But in their operating system, like, who is this for? Who is going to purchase this at the price that they're likely
for the
to
parent?
Offer this for?
I think it's for the parent that doesn't have $1,500 to pay for a machine and to pay for a PC, so he buys this one.
Why not buy a console then?
Buy a console, exactly. That's what I'm saying. This is not
because Realist is like we are. The kids are going to want to do what kids do, and the consoles are dying. The consoles are slowing down, and kids now are going more PC gaming. So I think what Steam is trying to do here is give you a suitable entry level that's cheaper than what you're competing against.
They ain't competing against nothing. You know what? I'm rooting for Steam, because the only way I see this really being about anything, I always root for Steam. I'm just not about like sucking it. Stuff like everybody else.
Hey,
you're gonna make Punty go pause.
I'm just not about that, because like I'm with the competition. Me and I call him. I saw it, right? Because that's his one voice. That's why I told you about him. But still, me and VG going back and forth about it. And like he's always talking about. Yeah, he's always talking about how Steam is this and Steam is that, and Steam, because he has a little game he's making. So there might be more.
That's where all that came from. Where I was getting all that smoke all them episodes. That's what that's been. It's been no wonder me and him. I think that was karma that he tried coming out at me, and I wanted to literally destroy this man's career over this shit. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like you guys
thought it was
funny.
I thought it was funny, and you like, oh no, fuck this man. I'm like, oh no. I said, hey man, And
I
then,
was ready to destroy this man's reputation, talking shit about me, and the community had my back. So I was feeling myself. I was like, I know I got this man
Pause.
if I really wanted to.
hey, he did apologize.
No, he did, and all that. But I'm just saying this is how I felt in and of that moment, right? So it's funny too. I'm gonna reveal it was you who put me on to the fact that this happened. I didn't know till you told me, right?
How do you mean? I sent you the clip.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know until you sent me the clip.
Oh well, yeah. Well, he's one of the guys, man. He's like a sensible guy, man. It's not emotions when he's breaking down the math of gaming. You know what I mean? Like he's not trying to make anybody look bad or good. He's just talking about the facts of gaming. He's regurgitating what these CEOs are saying, and that's what I rock with. I don't like this emotional stuff that's going on. But go ahead, bro.
So what I was saying was,
it sounded like Tech was about to say something.
Nah, I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right, because it was funny to me that people, especially with like the Steam fans, who you keep like, and this is what I was about to give you your like, this is your chance, and that's what I said, right? Like now all the stuff you've been saying that comes home to roost, right?
The steampunks.
Right, but now he's with it. I'm just like, wait, what? Pick a side, goddammit! Are you?
I like Steam too. I'm not anti-Steam.
I've been on Steam since it was an option. Since I had to put keys in, you know what I mean, and go to Steam. And my thing is they're not doing anything so special that I'm going to be totally and wholly loyal to them. Like we haven't given Epic the chance to prove that they would fight for us. Right now, they don't have enough to even try to defend what they have going on.
I'm going to be honest with you. I've been kind of down on Steam as of late, especially with the payment processors. Yeah, because I think what they're fighting with payment processors. But that's everybody
though. That's
no, I know that. I know that. But if there's a rebel out there that I would expect to stick, I don't expect Microsoft.
How's there a rebel when he's paying? I mean, that's the way they get paid.
But
you can't rebel against your money.
But if there's
a rebel, like as soon as they aren't like the little guy anymore, all of a sudden you're not rooting for them. You're only rooting because they're little and you want them to like disrupt. Disrupt to what end, right? If they're just gonna disrupt, so they could be the big boss robbing you once again. Like, why should I care? This is why I stick with Nvidia over AMD or back ATI before them, right? Like I've seen them when they're in charge, a couple generations, whenever Nvidia would slip up, ATI would be the leader, right? And they would charge as much or if not more than Nvidia would, right? Like they were always just as bad anytime they were winning, right? They do that in CPUs, they do it in everything else. I don't just rock with that, like, right? And so even now, like you look at the top CPU on PCs for gaming, right? The 9800 X3D, that's $500 chip. The top,
I'm just saying,
$500.
This I will say it isn't for me. If my youngest son was 16 years old and this came, and this thing's coming out, I'm like, let's just build a machine, call it a day. Yeah. And I can get more ports on this thing than what it's offering me, because I'm looking at one USB-C port, 4 USB-A's,
and 2 of them are 2.0.
Right, and then one HDMI and one display port. I can get
2.0 and 2.0. Come on, bro.
Right. I mean, I could probably find a cube with more ports than that, or I can, get a Turk and say, print me one.
Man. And this is why I say overall our plan is sometime maybe next year, late next year, around this time next year, building home theater PCs, right? Purpose built for gaming. Maybe you get it in like a form factor that matches the living room, maybe not, depending on whatever you want, right? But the main purpose of the machine is for gaming, nothing else. Mainly, maybe some entertainment, Netflix or whatever, or like video apps or whatever, but mainly for gaming, right? Stuff like that. You already have a desktop you can do other stuff with. You segment the uses for your machines, right? But you look at this, you're thinking, it could be that, but for what they're going to offer you, man, I'd rather build my own, rather roll my own.
Yeah.
That's always been the PC mindset.
I don't think it's going to sell a lot. I mean,
not if the price ain't right. If
they don't think it will either, because they're not going to even have it in stores. That's another problem that they have. Like, but they do.
They're not even. See, I didn't even know that they're not even going.
Well, I mean, Steam Deck's not in stores either.
Well, that's a fair
they
point.
never had
Yeah.
anything in stores.
Yeah, that's a
Right.
fair point.
It's direct to consumer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so,
It's like, but
and
they
so
have a
if
$300 million. I mean, 300 million base that they can market to.
the most
Problem
that's
is
even
that 299's
viable,
got a better machine right now.
yeah, like the most that's viable for a
It's a little bit
box like
harsh.
this
There's a lot of people that don't
that
like
I
that
would
machine.
entertain paying, right, is $400 maximum, right? Maximum, and this without the controller, $400, right?
Can it
I
play
could put
WoW?
that in
I
the
don't
living
know.
room. I could remote my desktop or whatever and just use that, right? And stream from my desktop, you know, into the living room. It looks all nice in the living room, all that. Use my own controller. Maybe I get one of theirs, because I do want to fiddle with that at least and tinker, right? And I could put my
Of course
entertainment
you
apps
wanna
on there
fiddle
too.
with it.
Of course, you know how I do, man. I'll put the Kodi, I put this, I put that, right?
Mhm.
You know,
It can
I mess
play
around
WoW.
with Linux. It could.
Just
Nah,
like
I
you
don't
know.
play WoW, but I can play
No,
Final Fantasy.
Gogo was asking. I was like, "Can it play
Oh,
WoW?" I said, "Yeah, WoW
no.
can play on Linux."
Oh yeah. It can play on Linux. Yes.
It
So
can?
Yeah.
yeah. They fixed that. I believe a while ago.
I don't
At
know
first,
about
it was the
Counter
first
Strike
time.
though, with their
Yeah,
candy
that
cheat.
too. But it's no, it works because it's their own game, but it's still
Yeah, I was
jank
about to say
anyway.
that.
It's bug filled. It's bug filled
Oh, yeah,
anyway.
that's right. That's
So
right. Okay.
ironically, you don't want
Yeah.
to play that version, which is
Yeah.
that's on Valve, right? That's on Valve. But if it was
Yeah.
Microsoft, and it's the other thing, we've all alluded to it, bro. I've seen the internet go wild, like Xbox is dead. It's always Xbox is dead once again, right? Like
Forgot
you
it
always
was
got
Valve.
keeping up Xbox in this because Valve did it, right? Even though like a lot of people are looking at this like Valve fucked up. Like a lot of people are like, oh my god, Valve, yay! But a lot of people are like, yo, Valve is fucking up with this, and just the machine, right? But they do have one other thing
What?
that they announced.
But there's more?
You go into VR, the VR.
But there's
VR
more?
headset. But there's more. Wait, there's more.
Yes,
There's,
more.
Man, I don't even use my meta enough. He's gonna don't tell me that this thing is the cat's meow with VR either.
It is.
It's 2 steps forward and like a couple minor steps back as well, right?
Hmm.
So it's got a lot of the things I wish the Quest 3 had, particularly the eye tracking. This is still LCD, so it's not OLED with the HDR and all of that. It's ever
Right.
so slightly higher resolution, right? So, but the CPU is one generation faster, right? Which
Yep.
and tied into the fact it's got 16 gigabytes of RAM instead of 8,
What?
and also has an SD card slot,
What?
right? But the pass through is black and white, which is god damn it, right? And then, but also, if you've noticed lately on the Android side, there's on the app called a Game Hub. It's also on the Play Store now,
Yeah.
but you can get off their website and install your own games, right? Elsewhere, if you sail the high seas, let's say, right? And basically, it's like a translation layer. It's like an emulation that allows you to play your PC games on your phone or any kind of Android device. I also have it on my Quest. It works very well, right? And if you link your Steam account into it, right, all you do is you pick your game, it downloads all the stuff that it needs, all the magic it needs to do, and it just does the translation and it works. If the game works, it works really well, right? And I've tried a lot of more indie stuff, so of course that's gonna work. But I've tried a couple of more high-end stuff. This was on my Quest, let's say, right?
Yeah.
But I've also tried out my S25 Ultra, right? You remember the Absolute controller that I ordered
Oh, you
from
do have the
Indiegogo
Ultra,
about a year
don't you?
ago? Right? And so it runs great on that. That's a Snapdragon 8 Elite, right? Which is more powerful than either the Quest 3 or maybe even what's in this headset here. But I mean, still,
I
on
will
a
say
headset,
this: I like the look of it. It looks better than my Quest 3.
Well,
Yes,
I'll tell you
it does.
this,
It's
what they
all
did
black.
right that I like
All black.
of that headset
what's that?
is the
The eye
head
tracking?
strap. They got it right.
Yes, the head strap.
Not like
And the battery
crappy one that
is in
goes
the
over
back.
your head with the
Yes.
Oculus. God, or
Yes,
Quest or
the
whatever it's
Oculus,
called.
right? But with the Quest, it's intended for you to go to get your own, like the Bobo VR. If you don't have the Bobo VR, that's the one to get, right? But this one
Dude, I
here,
got that. It's got the fan. Oh, it's
we got the
nice.
fan and everything. It's
It
just
does
beautiful.
Oh yeah,
But
Oh my
got
god.
a fan.
But
yeah,
but it's like $80. But anyway, this
I got the
I agree
premium
with
for
you,
half
Tech.
price.
barely use
is
it.
it's got the head strap and the part that goes on the back of your head, that's where the battery is. So it's lighter than the Quest 3, right?
What?
It's easier to put on. You see that black woman who just took it off her head, right? Like they do a lot right So going back to the Game Hub thing I was talking about, they have their own software, right? Where it does the same thing. You could play your PC games on the headset. You don't need a PC or anything else. It's all running on the headset itself. It's running that same kind of software. Because all that emulation stuff that's allowing these PC games to run on these headsets is completely open source, right? It's a bit of a Proton and ARM emulation to x86 to ARM emulation, all types of stuff, all types of technical magic and wizardry in the background that allows you to do all of that. And so primarily it's a VR headset to play games and stuff. It's not about mixed reality, and that's why the pass-through is black and white. But on the front, it has like an expansion connector where it can attach other devices. The Valve Index also had like a USB or something like that, an expansion connector that really never amounted to anything, but maybe with this one it will. And the Valve Index was $1,000, right?
So
and that was with the base station and the crazy ass controller. This is more like a Quest 3. So I'm thinking 800 at the most, right? Maybe 699, maybe 800, right? It's valid. I just don't like the fact that the pass-through is black and white. That's the one knock I give it. And it's not OLED for everything else they're doing. Like if I already have a Quest 3, why would I get this, right? But
I wouldn't get it because I have a Quest 3.
And you only use it, right?
And I hardly use it. We need to use it more.
Yes, we do.
Can I guess my frustrations with all this, and it's not really frustrations. I can't say frustration. I'm just not. Well, I'm not their target audience.
No.
Right.
My issue with Steam, with Linux is the same issue that I have with Apple. I don't buy Apple devices. The reason why is because I don't want one device with one thing and I'm using everything else. I don't want one Linux device and I got everything else in Windows. And I don't want to have to work. I mean, you're basically asking, buy our machine. Let's say Realist is right. Let's say it's $600. Buy our machine for $600, but you're going to have to do the work to install Windows on it.
Right.
And Windows is going to take even more resources off of it, which is going to boggle that machine even more.
Yep.
I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a Linux diehard, for the same reason that I'm not an Apple diehard. I like my stuff to be compatible.
People like people go for Apple because it just works out of the box.
It's an elite. Well, but I mean, I said this about Apple. Right? If I'm running a business, I don't mind Apple devices because it's closed and you're limited on what you can do.
Right.
But I'm an Android guy every day, twice on Sunday, because I don't like being told what to do. Yes.
And I have an iPhone, and I can tell you, bro, because I got both, right? And
right.
No, dude. No. This is the only iPhone that I've ever bought brand new. I'm never buying another one after this.
It's too locked down. I can't do it.
And so that's the other thing.
And you're overpaying in the first place because it's Apple.
Overpaying all of that. Trust me, I know all of that. But I talk to other people who have them, and it's easy to and
six gonna get
even the
Apple
green
pouch.
bubbles and the blue bubbles. I'm not doing. Oh, bro, listen. When it comes to those man purse thingies, bro, my balls will never allow me to do that.
You're gonna get the pouch for $250, aren't you?
I mean,
Okay,
Apple is king.
Have a messenger bag, and a tech nerd like me should have one. I don't, right? Because that's too much like a purse, right? Dudes keep them under their armpits. That's too effeminate for me. And even the ones that they keep on their chest, it's a little bit too much even for me. Sometimes I don't even want to do that, right? So I could never.
Stop bragging. Realist has it.
I mean, Apple is king for Apple is king of selling something that Android has had for years and act like they're the first one to come up with it.
Yeah,
they're almost as bad as they're almost as bad as like Madden when Madden starts. Hey, we're bringing the Pro Bowl into the game. Yeah, you had that 10 years ago. It's like Apple is like the same. Where iPhone, we're doing this. Yeah, Android had it 5 years ago.
Wow.
You see now they're talking about doing a fold phone.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Finally, right?
But see, the thing is, I watched a documentary called "The Code of Apple," and it describes them to a T. Apple acts like the competition doesn't exist, and so do their
Mhm.
fans.
Yep.
Right.
So when they drop this new fold, it'll be new to them because they don't care about anything else. They haven't been paying attention to anything else. Because if they did, they wouldn't be Apple customers.
Oh man, when I worked at CompUSA, we had an Apple store or a little Apple section.
Comp
It was like a
USA?
cult. It was a
Ooh,
cult
going way
following.
back.
Yeah, back. We're going back. Dude, we'd have like middle-aged white dudes hanging around. They ain't buying anything. They just talking Apple. And I'm like, man, there ain't no way I
Fuck
can
out of
do
here.
that.
Yeah.
I can't do that. That's Apple.
Buy something and get out. You buy.
I can't fault.
You
I
buy or
can't
you
fault. I can't fault Apple because they can sell you a machine that's going to be 1.5 to 2 times more than their competitor is. They eat it up all the time,
Dude,
and
they sell a pen for almost $200.
I mean,
Yeah.
look when I like Paris, but when he bought that VR unit, I'm like, hey man, it's your money, not mine.
What are you doing, bro? And then the new
Your
one makes
money,
it
not mine.
And no trade-in program. And you know how duplicitous Apple
How much
is,
was
'cause
that? 17? Was it?
No. That's the Samsung one. That's half the price. It's like 32 or something.
Oh, it was
32.
3. That's right. Yeah, 3
it was
grand
3
for
and
that.
change.
Yeah.
So Apple usually has a trade-in program for their stuff, right? iPads,
Yeah.
iPhones. They expressly don't have one for this VR headset.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw he bought it like day one. I'm like, hey, all right, man. Hey, it's your money, not mine.
Man. He's got that. Influencer money. You know what I'm saying? Like
He's a PC guy. He's like you though, because you said it the other day that you would be interested in buying this Steam machine only to tinker with it.
Yes, only to tinker. And I said it earlier in the show, only to tinker with it, but only at a
not
certain
tinkle,
price.
tinker. Just want to clear
Tinker.
it up,
But now that I see the potential for such an insane price, bro, I can't. Listen, $399 and without the controller, I can understand without the controller. That's the most I'm willing to spend.
That controller better not be more than $70, man.
It probably is going to be like 85, bro, because they know they can get away with it. The hook. Listen, this is what I was saying earlier when I was ranting about ATI versus NVIDIA. It's the same mindset. They act like they're the little guy to rope you in until you believe they're bullshit. And then, just when their position of power, right, versus the competition, that's when they got you, motherfucker. And then that's it. You're done. You're done from there.
You're done,
son.
From
there. You're done, son. It's why y'all
beat
NVIDIA and some shit. Like, I see what it is, bro. I see what it is. I see the fix coming from a mile away. You ain't fucking with me. Never that. Never that.
So I will say this. I will say that even though I've been shitting on it for the better part of an hour, I am appreciative that there's another option. Yeah, I'm appreciative that there's another option for gamers to get into.
Absolutely.
It's just I'm not the audience they want.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. I can't, for the life of me. Every audience I could think of has better options. Every audience I could think of, and we still don't know the price of any of this stuff. The one thing that's most viable is a controller. Then comes the VR headset for the enthusiasts who mess with VR, particularly for PC VR, not for those who do Quest-like stuff. Like, you better be a gamer where the mixed reality, like looking outside of the VR headset with the VR headset, because of the black and white, right? Like, if you don't care about that, then yeah, because the Valve Index is still beloved by a lot of people, just like how a lot of people love the Steam Deck, even though it's been eclipsed by every other aspect long ago, and people are still capping for it, including our boy Paris, right? Like he did on Ray Show yesterday. You know what I'm saying? He does it all the time. Like, he still says if he could pick any of these handhelds, he's going to the Steam Deck. Yeah, but it's usually to play little indie crap that only it could handle. You're not playing anything on big budget on it, or even medium budget. You're just not, because it can't handle it and got the battery life. It's battery life.
I actually appreciate Steam for being that, though. I get
it. But
like, Steam is not going to be a premium gaming experience. It's just not. I don't think they've ever wanted to be that.
But the reason I'm bringing that up is to say the VR headset, it's for that group, right?
Yeah.
So first is the controller. That has the most appeal for the most people. Not saying everybody's going to love it. I'm just ranking the 3. Then comes the VR headset, right? Then comes the Steam machine. And all of this ranking is dependent on what they charge for it, because they didn't tell us nothing. and we're not gonna know. Like, the Steam Deck was announced late 2021, but didn't come out till late February 2022, right? And they're saying first quarter next year, right? Which also means you better be there the moment they say you got to pre-order. Last time, I had to set up 2 phones, make sure my account was ready. Extra money, like $300 extra, just in case some bullshit happened or whatever. Last minute, I was covered. I make sure everything. I tried to order on the phone at right after, like 2 seconds after it was open. Right, it messed up on one phone. I switched the other phone and completed it there, and I started using. I had it day one. Right, the competition for this stuff is going to be even harder if you want any of it, including the controller. No matter what we think of it, or there's going to be enough people who have already drank the Kool-Aid, right? Who are going to be dry fucked by Valve. No reach around, no whispers in your ear, no lube, no nothing. And they will take it gladly.
How many sales? How many sales do you think this will have?
5.
I can't put numbers.
5 mil?
No, 5.
I can't put numbers to it.
Oh,
maybe the headset will get 1 million pretty quickly. The controller, I don't know, 1.5 million within. I don't even know like the period of time to put, right? But I feel the headset, everybody who has the Index is going to want to update to this, because the Index is still beloved by everybody who has it, was the point I was making, right? It's still beloved, even though it's been eclipsed in every other way. They still act like it's still that smooth and easy to use. And
headset looks
and
like
indeed it was.
Did they announce any exclusives with that VR headset like Meta did?
Nope. They didn't announce any. We don't know price. We don't know any stuff.
I mean, they can't even do Alex, man.
And that's the thing. Like, Meta's kind of gotten a stranglehold of VR right now. I mean,
well, the Quest.
Meta, yeah, Quest.
Well, because it's Facebook. Everybody's on Facebook.
But also now we have that Samsung headset that's pretty damn good, and it's real Android. It's real Android. It's fully open. You could do whatever you want to it, right? Like with the Quest, I have to do a couple of shenanigans to be able to put on APKs and stuff.
Right.
This one is real Android. Real Android apps work on it right now, including all your games and everything else.
That's
put it there.
Okay, that's interesting.
It's got the same resolution and the same screens as the Apple headset for half the price. It's got a couple of jank things here and there. It just came out, right? What do they call that? The Galaxy XR or whatever they call it, right? It's a Samsung headset. It's the first Android headset, right? That's officially Android platform. Android XR they call it, right?
We'll see how much they support it though.
I think this is just the beginning. They'll have cheaper headsets from other brands, right? The platform will grow. It's just like the original Android, right? When they had the G1, right, and all the iPhone guys were laughing at it. But now, you look at Android now, right? Here in America, it competes with what Apple is doing, and at least in this country, we know it's outselling Apple. No matter what Apple says and all the money they're making, Android is the one who's really, really, really winning, right? So
Valve says no first-party VR game is in development. See, now this is where you lose me. I'm reading an article right here. It says no first-party VR game is in development. This is November 12th.
Yeah, they already have Half-Life Alyx. Like,
yesterday, though.
People should be playing that. They should be playing that. If you haven't played and beaten that, you should be playing and beating that. Truly. And remember, they have Steam VR, the platform, which includes support for the Quest, right? Which includes support for the Windows Mixed Reality headsets that Microsoft doesn't even support anymore. But Steam still does. In fact, it has a driver for it. Like, you plug in that headset, even though Windows doesn't support it anymore. You launch Steam VR, it installs a driver for you, and it works still, even though Microsoft dropped support since like last year, right? So they support all types of VR headsets on Steam. Of course, they're not going to make anything that's exclusive to their headset, especially with all the openness and everything else they're doing. It's counterproductive.
I guess
to them.
when I hear like when we talk about platform wars, and I hear about PlayStation versus Windows or Microsoft, and then Steam comes up. Steam to me is like, yes, it's a platform, but I feel like it's like a half foot in and a half foot platform, half foot out platform. Like, I think it's more a market store, like a storefront, than it is a platform. So when I hear Steam is trying to build this platform, and I'm like, really? Is it really though? Because it doesn't do a lot of first party. When they do first party, it is pretty successful. but they don't do very often. They're starting to do some
It's live
hardware.
service monsters. That's what
Yes.
PlayStation would want, to just have one game that they don't have to do much else.
Yeah, the one that just
ride
keeps
one
giving them
game.
money.
Like
Yeah.
Epic.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I mean, absolutely, PlayStation would love to have a Counter-Strike or a, or any kind of money or any money.
Madden, a Call of
gaming
Duty,
machine.
any of
Right.
these things that's making buku bucks. They don't got none of that, and they've been trying and they're dying for it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not
Now-
without a lack of effort, but half-assed effort, I would say.
Now, maybe I'm hinting at what Realist was talking about earlier, but is this an Xbox killer? No.
No,
Is it a PlayStation
right.
killer?
It's not a
No.
nothing killer.
It's not a nothing killer.
Oh,
It's gonna
nothing
be
burger.
It's a nothing
not a
burger.
nothing burger, but it's a nothing killer.
like
But the
like
light-
even the
It's
Steam
a,
Deck.
it's a
But
nothing
the
burger,
light
bro.
though.
I mean,
Light.
even the Steam Deck, which I consider successful, was 3-4 million sales.
Yeah, man.
4
They're saying
million,
at most
Right.
they're saying 6. I give it 4. I agree with you, Realist.
and it's not, and it didn't touch Twitch like the Steam fans were talking about. Like the grounded ones speak the facts, and I gotta stop getting irritated because like I've done a good job by
off Twitter,
moving off
man.
components. YouTube is just as bad, and
Yeah,
that's
it's
what
maybe worse.
Yeah, man. Yeah, maybe worse.
So-
I've been noticing. Yeah.
Oh, what's up,
So,
dude?
when you see like I've never got a Moore's Law is dead suggestion, but then today I see where it says Xbox is in hell.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with
That's all the narrative now.
with a GameCube. I mean a GameCube. And
The
the thing is it's like look, this is why I brought up the Steam Machine back in the day. The Steam Machine didn't, what's the word I'm looking for? Succeed, because it was a high end. It was a high end console box. This is worse than the type of person that would buy things for fandom. You know what I mean? Steam's best bet is to try to get this to be the minimum spec on their platform and have all these people with these 15 and 20-year-old PCs who play live service games, who've been playing this single game, but they wouldn't do that. Because that's why, like, when I went to play WoW 17 years later, WoW looks just like I left it.
Yep.
And I'm like, why? But you got people that have PCs that are that old that they don't want to give an excuse to play something else. But this, I don't see this being for anybody. That's why I call it nothing burger. It's exciting because I'm a nerd.
Right.
I love all the YouTube channels saying, "Oh, Xbox is worried," and yet you got Phil Spencer just like, "Congratulations, Gabe! Good job! Can't wait to see it."
Yep. And,
Look, one day
and people see the implied sarcasm, but knowing Phil, it's not that. It grows the platform. PC gamers are buying games on Steam, on Windows, and they're selling more copies of Windows. What the fuck? Microsoft's never been mad at that.
So you're gonna play Xbox games on this thing. So congratulations.
Congrats, bitch. Giving Microsoft more money.
One day people are going to understand that Microsoft is not looking to be the number one storefront in the world. They're looking to be the number one publisher of software in the world. Being a storefront is not number one on the list. If they can achieve that, great. But they're not PlayStation.
They don't even want to be. They don't even want to be the number one hardware seller in the world either.
Yeah, because what did Bill Gates?
There's
say?
no margin in it.
All the way from the founder, content is king. They don't. Hardware has always been an impediment to them.
Yep.
And so now they are the largest publisher just by size and IP, the valuation, whatever metric you want to use outside of, I guess, revenue. But they're not looking to compete with hardware. They would much rather, but they know that in order to get Game Pass in more people's, pockets, they got to have some kind of hardware. They got to have something that brings people to it. Because Valve's not going to promote it. Epic's not going to promote it. People are already 63% of people are on Windows, and they're not on it yet. So they got to find.
And that's
a way
why
to
I said. That's why I think this is the last quote unquote generation for them, because I think they're going to come out with their hardware, and then I think they're going to have OEMs coming out. at different price points.
They'll never stop making hardware as long as
No.
everybody else is.
I agree with that. But as far as like the defined generation, though, I don't, because of the way PC is, I don't think it's as cut and dry like it is with console, right? So I just don't think it's going to be looked upon like that anymore. Oh, we lost Sick. Yeah, they're going to come out with hardware every once in a while, I'm sure. But I also think there's going to be some OEMs that come out. They may have a version of this, like a version of their own Steam machine that's a little bit cheaper and not, the specs are not as good. You know, it'd be like the Series S next box. That might be an OEM. You know, and which I think is smart. I mean, if I was them, I would probably do different hardware at different price points. I'll have my own, but if I'm going to do it, I'm probably going to do it a premium box. And then I would do OEMs at different price points, you know, kind of like what they did with Asus, just, you know, with the ROG. And then I would, you know,
Did Lenovo
go there.
have two of them? Because dude was like saying likely Lenovo again. They had something with their Legion. Was there 2 Legion variants or no?
They're like
Majority is
four
only
of
on Steam. Doesn't beat them both. They're the best. I mean, Steam. Yeah, that's the reason why I'm like, I don't. Steam to me is a storefront, not more than a platform, because they can have the best of everything. So, Legion Go and Go S. Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Anyways,
I thought they were just
no. It's interesting news. I think you guys have helped me figure this thing out, at least from my point of view.
Of what, deciding to get one or not get one or not get
No,
one?
I'm not getting one. No, I'm not getting one. No, I have no interest. I don't.
But the light. Don't you want the light?
The what? The light? No.
The LED light that's in
there. No. Or the I mean, I didn't even watch the state of play because Sick was at
faceplate. You don't want that either.
No, now that's cool, and I'm telling you, man, that's the Xbox blew their opportunity with the Series X. They could have done that with the Series X instead of the stupid wraparounds and all that.
Did you get one wraparound?
No,
I kind of wanted a Starfield one,
but it was it's the right shape and everything. There, they could have done detachable faceplates on that. Would have made. I think it would have made a lot of money, but depending on the game. But no, that's a cool thing that Steam did right there. I mean, that when I saw that, I'm like, damn, Xbox. Maybe you do it on the next box. I don't know. You lost your opportunity on the Series X.
Box shape look.
I am pretty sure it's going to be a cube. I hope so. I would bet money on it. It's going to be a cube.
Because what PlayStation did with theirs, it was just awful.
Well, that's the one thing. When I saw the PS5 for the first time, I'm like, "What in
that was such a
hell
joke of
is
a console
that?"
design. Yeah. And I don't know how anybody can support it. Like, oh, they look so badass. Like, dude.
Well, then I mean, when I first saw it, I was like, "What?" And then when I saw how big it is, I'm like, "Holy crap!" So it's ugly and it's huge. Okay.
Even my son saw it. When he saw it, he's like, "That's the play." It's like, yeah, that's the PlayStation. Oh my god, it's like it's ugly and it's big.
But yeah, I didn't realize how big it was until my son got his, and he's pulling out of the box, and I'm like, "Hold on." So I get like the Series X.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this thing towers over the Series X. The Series X isn't exactly small either.
I have mine on the floor because you can't really put it anywhere, right? And it just seems goofy, awkward, horizontal if you lay it down. Like, I'll just put it back.
And you know that had to cost Sony more money to design it like that, right? Like you're not like it's easy to make a box. This thing is like they pulled a fin from like an old Corvette and tried to make a console out of it, right? It's like I don't know what it is, but
guys, what do you guys think? I'm sold. I like the design. Like green light it. Right?
Yeah. No. I mean,
there I am. Sorry about that.
I still like the original on the PS2 better than I like that.
Yeah, because it's just simply square or rectangle. You know, it's just
Yeah.
symmetrical. It's symmetrical, and you can just pop it in anywhere.
Yeah, man.
Well, you guys are looking at the look of the. Are you talking about the look of the cube?
No, we were talking about how the PS5 is super ugly and that the next box is probably going to be a cube like this too. I would bet money it's going to be a cube like this.
Made a portable PS5 Slim. Back on the Xbox One days and the 4 and the PS4,
I thought the 3 was ugly too, though.
I like the modder who made the combo of both consoles in a PC form factor. That was pretty cool. They put Xbox One and a PlayStation 4 in there.
Yeah, PS5 is objectively ugly. He is right. Yeah, I see what he's saying now. Yes, absolutely. I agree with him. But ugly. That's the word for it. FY, but ugly.
But I thought the PlayStation 4 was fine.
Everybody liked that.
I thought 3 was ugly. I thought 1 was cool. 2 was great. 3 was ugly. 4 was fine.
Yeah.
5 is god awful.
And a lot of people gave shit to the VCR Xbox One. I like that look. I thought it was fine, especially when you putting it in the living room. You know,
but once you open it, there's so much empty space in it, though.
Yeah, it's because it's got Xbox? So much heat in the damn thing.
What, the Xbox or the PS5?
The original VCR Xbox, yeah.
Well, the VCR Xbox, that's the other thing. They had that big fan. It was nice and quiet. It got all that heat out, right? No fuss, no muss. Like the PS4 at the time, I remember it looked cool. It produced more heat. Its power supply was internal, which was another negative in my mind. Except, Sony's engineering is still pretty good. At least back then, that was the last example of their really great engineering, I thought, right? And so it looked good. But it was. I'm telling you right
now, with these prices that they got to put into it, both of them are coming out with cubes, man. I think money. So.
And that Series S, like this Steam machine, everybody is noticing that, like the mock-ups that they had of the Series S was a cube. Like half a Series S, right? Yeah, in white, half of that, right? In iPod white. That's what we all assumed, right? Those were the mock-ups. That's not what they did. They did more of like a speaker or whatever, right? But more akin to the original Xbox One VCR, you know what I'm saying? Where they put a giant fan on that chip, the main producer of heat, and just popped it out of there, Cheap, efficient, works well, and over-designed on purpose because they remember what happened with the 360. That was another example of, like, I always bring up like the example of like GTA 4 on PC, and then 5 was well optimized. The same thing with the Xbox One. They remembered the red ring of death. They made sure that was not an issue with the original Xbox One, and that was another reason why I liked the look of it. I knew it was engineered such that definitely there was going to be no issue with that. But when I looked at the PS3, I had no issue with the design at all. I was like, that's more likely to fail than Xbox One ever would have.
I wish I knew a hardware tech or developer for Sony, because I would love to ask them the question. Like, no. Well, not even that, but I would just ask them after the fact. Like, now that this generation is pretty much over, did that design cause more problems than y'all anticipated? Because I bet it did. Bet you it did.
It had to. And there was something
about y'all talking about PlayStation?
Yeah, PS5. Yeah, we were talking about.
Haven't y'all forgotten? Like, it's like y'all forgot. Like, okay, y'all remember Xbox had showed their console like months and months ahead of time. PlayStation hadn't shown anything. It was like right before release that they had
last second.
And if you haven't noticed, they've had like 8 different revisions to the PlayStation 5 until they finally got it together. So everything they did was last minute. There was so many rumors that I can't remember them all.
And I bet you both of them come out. I bet you both of them come out, Tech, the simple cube design.
And it should be.
Well, if they're gonna start, I'm starting to believe that PlayStation is gonna do exactly what Microsoft's doing because they have to. They do everything Microsoft does, and there's a reason why PCs are boxes. It's like when you would always have like a less power requirements on your consoles and things like that, you can make little small boxes with a couple fans in them, and things will work out just fine. But when you start making, because if you look at the fan on the Steam Deck, it looks like the same size as like the Xbox Series X, or even I can't tell on the Series S. It's probably the same size as the grill.
Yeah.
All I know is if you like, even with PCs though, if you're spending a lot of money to, daddle up your box and all that, more often than not, you run into more problems instead of just keeping it simple.
As a PC guy, I could tell you, like, the community has long since learned, right? There's certain do's and don'ts. So cooling, right, is a priority. Good part, particularly your power supply and such. Very important. Good motherboard. Before, like, you on the stuff that dictates the speeds and feeds, like your CPU, RAM, and GPU. No. You got to worry about good case that has good airflow, good fans to get the airflow out. Make sure you have, a good airflow. You don't just have a bunch of fans up front.
And what's the what's the surefire way of knowing someone who's experienced? I told my son this when I was teaching him PC build. I was like, the best way of being able to tell,
the less body
an experience. Well, no, is if your airflow is going in the same direction. If you got an airflow going in multiple directions, you don't know what to do. Dude. That's bad. That's really bad.
That's bad.
Yeah.
In through the front, out through the back, or top, or both.
Or top, whatever you design, whatever your design is, it better be the same. Yeah, the same same flow as that. So
more fans in and at least one less fan out. Right, you want that negative pressure.
Yes. So that was like one of the first things I told my son. I said, because he was like, "What about liquid cool?" Look, let's talk.
Oh no.
Let's talk basics. Learn to crawl before you can walk.
The only thing I have
before you can run.
Close to liquid, or it is probably, is my old PC that my son's using right now, and it's like an enclosed, like kind of radiator type system.
Yeah. Those air coolers are fine. Like they're pre-filled,
Right, they're pre-filled. That's right. They're pre-filled, and it has this huge radiator at the attached on top of the case, so because that's the only place we can put it. And I loved it. It's always been a great.
Yeah. Those are the types I've used. I've got my Corsair with the little LCD on the like the what you call the block that goes in the CPU.
On CPU,
it's got a little LCD.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, and nice. I got the temperatures, of the CPU and the GPU on there, right? And I can just turn my head and see the temps, right? But like what you're saying about the radiator where it's pre-filled, I know nothing. And even though, I'm a bit of an Archimedes because of course I had to learn hydraulics in high school, and I worked in the aviation industry. I know how that stuff works, but I have never tried to do the, the loop where you get the pipes and you bend them and you do that whole thing. I've never done, and I've seen enough videos with Linus Tech Tips where
those
after a while you gotta clean, where you get the fancy fluid that can light. So when you put the lights, it can, you put the black light and it will reflect off.
I'm not gonna do.
And every like year or so, you gotta drain it and clean it, and there's a chance. Fuck all that, man. I'll get the pre-sealed ones. I've always done those, but now air cooling is back to a level where it's just as competitive, right? For like half the price, oftentimes. Right.
My current PC is there. It's just a regular fan. It's quiet as
shit. It gets a big ass block on it, right? With a nice large fan, and it blows through the air. You got the push pull configuration where you have one on the front and one in the back, so it's pushing in and pulling out at the same time, and then boom,
bada bing, bada boom.
That's bada bing, bada boom. No fuss, no muss, and it works. But the pre-sealed ones, if you're doing water cooling. That's it, man. Forget all that fancy shit where you're trying to be Archimedes. Yeah, you laughed at him. Yeah, no, literally Archimedes, right? That was the guy from right? Like,
it's just been a while since I heard it.
I bring up that joke all the time to people.
So realist, I gotta ask you.
He's gonna get one. He's gonna get 3.
No. Black Ops 7's coming out tomorrow, right? They're coming out probably tonight, right?
Day one, baby. I mean,
so how long does it take? How long does it take for Black Ops 7 to flex his muscles and say, that was a good run, Battlefield. Good, solid effort this year.
Tomorrow.
The king is back.
The crazy thing is, I was just thinking, it's going to be the same thing for operators too. It's about to eat. It's going to do what it does every week. But you know what? You know what I've noticed though, because I watch
What's
Team
that?
DB a lot.
Mm,
Dota is down, and I
yep.
mean they're still eating, but they're
Right.
down. Dota and
Marvel Rivals.
CS:GO are down. So like, and that game is eating, bro. But Call of Duty is Call of Duty.
I damn.
Yep.
And you know, I was
Call of
pumping,
Duty and
I was literally pumping gas today, and I was thinking, too big to
Taste
fail.
buds.
That's how much of a
yeah.
nerd I
Yeah.
am. I'm pumping gas, thinking
You're
about
thinking about how
gaming.
big,
I'm
yeah,
just
thinking about how
thinking
big
like
yourself.
Treyarch just going. That was a solid effort, EA. Solid
Yeah.
effort.
No.
That's what they said. They
Battlefield
said
doesn't
something to
stand
that
it.
effect.
Battlefield doesn't stand a chance. It doesn't make it. I'm sorry, Tech. It doesn't mean that it's a bad game, right?
It's not a
I'm not
bad
saying
game,
that.
but there's
What I'm
levels to this.
saying, and it's not even levels to it. It's just Halo was slow.
We're not Doc Dog, baby.
Halo was slow. Battlefield had a niche, and they thought that it was going to catch, but it didn't really. Call of Duty has always adapted. Call of Duty went where what people wanted to do, and the hardcore people, like hell, even myself complained. But that's what people want to play. They want to play games like the TTK is low. They want to play battle royale. You know, everybody was hoping that Halo, even the dude with the mustache, Halo, he's a battle royale. I was like, man, shut the hell up. But
Shut
it
the hell up.
probably
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
it probably did though. It probably did. I just
Yeah.
didn't think it would work. Could you imagine chasing somebody down trying to get a kill in Halo, and all they do is go hide in the house and get their overshield back up? It's like, you know, they would have to fundamentally change everything about Halo to make it a battle royale, or make
Yeah.
it snipers only, or something like that.
Call of Duty is
But
a loss
no,
of identity. Well,
Call of Duty
well,
is going to do what it does,
It's gonna do
and
what it do,
There's
baby.
a few releases
Battlefield.
there's a few releases I've enjoyed Call of Duty. I'm not gonna lie,
No, no, the game is fun,
but
bro.
I've always been just
Well, nobody's saying you shit on it. Yeah, you're just a Battlefield guy.
you know what? I'm not even interested in this and the Call of Duty this year. I'm more interested in the Call of Duty next year because Rockstar
next gen only.
Rockstar decided to pull their GTA to November 2.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Let's
Now
talk about that.
that's what I'm interested in. Let's say, all right,
But-
now
but
you got
y'all don't-
Behemoth
y'all
versus
don't-
Behemoth.
But no, it's not going to be Behemoth versus Behemoth. Y'all don't remember? It's like y'all's memory is so short. Everybody got out of the way when Cyberpunk was coming out.
Yep.
Remember when Cyberpunk was coming out? They pissed off Activision. They pissed off Rockstar because I think Red Dead was coming out or something. It was two big games coming out, and they both
You
moved
think
their
Call of Duty's moving off of November?
No.
I don't think that Rockstar is going to release Grand Theft Auto right next to it. I don't. It might not even make 2026.
I bet you there's going to be at least 2 weeks.
If they're setting a November date, it's probably not going to hit.
Well,
Because
I mean,
they're not gonna put it out right next to Call of Duty. Like, this is something that Phil Spencer always says: we collaborate with our partners so that we don't clash on dates. You know what I mean? That's why I like. That's why. Hold on. That's why I like to finally see when Helldivers came out right next to Gears. I mean, it 8 Gears up, but Gears is 20 years old. But I still like to see that head-to-head competition on all platforms. But I don't think that the games, those two games are too big to put right next to each other.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll play
that's
along.
what I think.
But November 19th, Rockstar threw its hat in the ring and said November 19th.
It's a dummy date.
I get it. And you shouldn't have any faith that it'll be released in November as you did it when it was March next year either.
So I completely disagree. I think what they said about bugs is true because you got to think about it like you're them, right? You're Rockstar, right? You know what you have with Grand Theft Auto. You don't want it to fuck up, right? Let's also not forget what happened with the multiplayer and how it was for a good minute there. And not only that, it wasn't even available at launch, right? We've seen all these issues with developers. This is why I've always said, and I stand on this hill if I got to stand on it alone. I applaud. Now, they could be lying or whatever. I get that. But I'm just saying, when they're honest about it, and I believe them, right? That, if you're delaying a game because it needs more time, I don't care what the game is. I'd much rather you do that than you put out a game that's fucked up.
I'm not opposed to that. I'm not opposed to
and
that.
of course you wouldn't be, right? But I
Right.
get what you could say that it's probably not, and this and that, and all these other things, and I can entertain all those thoughts, especially from you guys. You guys will not be completely full of shit. But at the same time, though, I honestly just believe they just don't want to fuck this up. They understand what it is. So it's
I
clear
understand
they
that.
must not.
I understand that, but there's two things. There's two things that come into mind with them postponing it again.
What's that?
One, they're getting towards the end of a generation. We don't know what hardware is coming out just yet in 2027.
Yes.
Two, this is a game that's in 10 years of development now. More than 10 years, I believe.
Like I said, 10 years. That thing came out in 360 PS3.
More than 10 years of development. This
No. That's just when the last one came out. That doesn't mean they started development because they did other games meanwhile, right? They did Red Dead 2 and other things.
I could have sworn they said 10, but I could be wrong.
But of course, they get to max it out for marketing.
I could be wrong. I could have sworn they said 10.
Dramatic.
But that's a lot of money.
I'm just talking junk, bro.
That's a lot of money being spent. That's a lot of money that they're spending right now, even with the postponement.
Money they got though.
No, I get it.
Well,
and money they'll get it, and the money they'll get back for sure.
Right.
Yeah, for charging $200.
Now I go back to my original question. So Rockstar said November 19th. I personally think I agree that I don't think they're going to go head to head. I think at the very least they'll get 2 weeks. So the question I have is, what does Call of Duty do next year? Do they move it to October? I don't think they're going to go into December.
They ain't moving a goddamn thing.
Somebody's going to move. No, Call of Duty moved for Cyberpunk. It was Call of Duty and somebody else. And
you think they're going to go?
It was Call of Duty. It was another. It were two big games. I was just Googling it while Kieran was talking, and I can't find the other game that came out in 2020 with Cyberpunk. Because
that's Copilot.
No. Cyberpunk moved out of 2019, I think. Cyberpunk moved out of 2019, so I think there was two games that had that late date, and they made way for Cyberpunk. And then when Cyberpunk delayed it, articles came out about how those two studios were upset with Cyberpunk because they moved their dates for them. So I don't see them going head to head in any way. They're going to give each other enough room to breathe, and that's good business sense.
No, I understand that. What sucks for Call of Duty though for next year? I don't know who's the ones that's doing the next year Call of Duty. Does anybody know?
I believe it's Infinity Ward again. I think it's Infinity Ward.
Okay. Infinity Ward is. I don't see them going in December. I think it's going to be like either a November 1st or an October date. That shortens their development time, which kind of sucks for them.
Well, they got 2 years to develop.
Listen, here's the thing, though.
Yeah, but they develop up until the last minute, man, on these things. You know how it works.
Right. And so it's the same audience, right? So therefore, of course, this discussion is very pertinent, right? Because the same people play Call of Duty, play Grand Theft Auto. It's not, and you fucking know it.
So's the Battlefield guy.
Right. So says the Battlefield guy. Like, come on. But it's like he laughs as he says it. Like, he knows he's full of shit. That's our guy. That's how we do. Right. But I'm just saying, though, like, it's the same audience. So, of course, this conversation is pertinent. But both of them know the same people who play both, they're trying to compete for their time and interest. These same people are buying both no matter what. And the day that Grand Theft Auto is out, right, the Call of Duty numbers will be down at least that one day, no matter which, or vice versa, whichever one is out first. It doesn't matter, right? That's just a given. But they're both gonna get bought by all of those people.
Oh, they'll buy both. I mean,
I'm buying it on console on disc, so that way, when they announce the PC version, I could trade it in.
See, now I'm not buying on disc. I'll tell you why, because I got screwed on Red Dead Redemption.
How did you get screwed on Red Dead Redemption?
Because I have the disc on 360, and I'm not getting that upgrade for free.
No, I'm talking about an upgrade for free. What I did was, as soon as they announced the Steam version of Grand Theft Auto 5, right? I took my 360 version up, right? I went over to GameStop. I traded in for as much as they would give me, right? And then I bought a Steam card with that money, and then I paid the difference on Steam.
No, I know that.
But
the only way I'm getting that upgrade is if I buy a new digital copy of Red Dead Redemption, which is fine. It's probably cheap anyways.
Well, So
My complaint is I bought the physical disc. I should be able to get
right,
the upgrade too.
right, but that's because you're more of a console guy, and I get it, right? So you
Oh,
should
I
have bought it
was
digitally.
back
But this was the
then,
360
360.
era. That was
Right.
in a time when that was a thing. You can't really be mad at a time when digital
Nah,
was a
it's
thing
just
like it is now,
it's
right?
just kind of shitty that if you bought the physical game that you don't get the
And
upgrade.
and
That's all I'm saying.
but that's the difference between physical and digital, and why physical is mostly fucking dead. And we always talk about this, right? And
Damn.
so for those of you
Shout
who
out to
don't know,
Bing.
and, and yeah, shots fight at the homie Big Blocka. But anyway, the point I'm making, okay, the thing we're talking around, in case you don't know, they made an announcement. So I had totally forgotten because I looked at my wish list later and I was like, wait a minute, I already have this wish list. So last year in 2024, around this time of year, they announced Red Dead Redemption 1 was coming to PC, right? HDR, 60 frames, or 144, even if you have a PC like that, ultra wide, all that fanciness, right? Today they announced the console version. I didn't send you the trailer for it. I thought I did.
Yeah, I was working.
Yeah,
Okay, but either way, so
remaster,
when I
whatever.
first saw it, I'm like, I'm gonna go wish this on Steam. At first, I looked to see if it was on the Xbox, right, on Play Anywhere. I didn't see the game at all listed anywhere. I'm like,
Dang it.
that's weird, right? So I always say if it's on Play Anywhere, step 2 is Steam. I go to Steam, and I'm like, I'm already wish listed and following. Like, when the hell did I do this, right?
Damn, you knew
I'm like,
something.
is this an old announcement? I'm just now seeing a video about it or something. And so I asked Copilot, and then the distinction is no, it's coming to the current platform. Switch 2 is getting it.
Do your own research. Don't be using Copilot for everything.
What are you talking about? You go on Google and it tells you the shit too. What? Okay, search engine would have been this good if Google hadn't.
He said he used Gemini sometimes.
Just check and verify. That's all I gotta say.
Right. Either way, but I'm just saying, of course, like it does. It's good enough. Just
Yelling, dude.
use your brain. Just use your brain and research properly. But anyway, so what I'm saying is, Switch 2, 60 frames a second, right? It's using the DLSS, all of that stuff. So okay, Switch 2 for a game from the 360. That's great, right? Xbox, right? Or Series X and S, right?
Mhm.
And PS5. Come to find out, and this is what Kieran is upset about. If you bought the digital version of either Switch 1, Xbox, or PlayStation, it's just an upgrade. It's just an update, and you get it for free.
And
Take
the
that,
reason
PC.
why I think it's crappy is because most
you
of
bought
us
Back then,
bought when it came out. Most of us bought a physical copy of Red Dead Redemption. Digital
Right.
wasn't like
That's
it is
insane.
back
Yeah.
then.
right.
Right.
So that's different. You can't be mad at them for it. It was offered, you just didn't do it. That's on you. But it was
Well,
early days.
I will tell you this. Okay, smart ass. I will tell you this. Red Dead Redemption 2 will be the last physical copy I ever buy from Rockstar. Okay, I learned my lesson now. Okay.
I
Take
think it
that.
be done. But also, what I'm saying too is,
son.
like you can't be mad at them. They did the right thing because they could have did what they always did with Grand Theft Auto 5. Every time there was a new, they sold that game on consoles 4 times in a row with no free upgrades. Right?
Yeah.
First was 360, then Xbox One, and then Series, and then at least with the Series when they did this ray tracing update, I forget if it was this year or last. Right? Okay, that was a free update.
Oh.
Right? But on Steam, ever since technically I bought it 1.5 times. We'll call it right. Ever since I got that Steam version, right? Of course. The console version, no, actually, it was on Xbox One and PS4 before it was on PC, right? Or I forget which, but it was within that window with both of them, right? Because they're all based on the same thing, right? So after that, this generation began. They updated it, right? Well, my PC version got all those updates, right? And once again with this whole ray tracing thing. Right, I got all those updates. I never had to buy the game again. Now, if you're on console with Grand Theft Auto 5, you have to buy the
$50 on Steam.
Yeah, it's $50 too. It's been $50 since last year. That's why it was still on my wish list this whole time. I don't think it's ever been on sale enough where I bought it. Right? It never dropped low enough, right? It's still, at least it's not 60 or 70 or $80 with other games in 2025.
Okay, so you were asking,
I'm
you were
just
telling me about because it says release date October 29th, 2024. So
yeah, it came out last year, day after my birthday,
Okay.
right?
So
Yeah.
this is the $50 is the newest 60
Version. Yeah.
remaster, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, but if you had it digitally all along on any of those platforms, it's free for you. Rockstar
Does it
being
come with?
Rockstar,
Does it come with all the DLCs? It does, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay.
I think only had one DLC or something minor anyway.
No,
So
there was 2.
some zombie thing, and then
The
some
zombie, the Undead Nightmare was one of the best DLCs I
yes,
played in that
Undead
generation.
Nightmare. That was it.
Yeah.
And then like a plot DLC of some
You like
kind.
that more than Liberty City? I mean, whatever it's called, the Liberty.
I never played
upgrade
this
from
game. I've never played
Cyberpunk.
that game. I wouldn't
You
know.
never played? The Cyberpunk
Oh,
Phantom
Phantom
I
Liberty.
haven't
Phantom
I haven't
Liberty.
played it. I
haven't
haven't
played it.
played it either.
That is a really good DLC too.
It was a DLC.
So I can't. They're both good.
Because I got both the Starfield and Liberty City, and Realist told me play Starfield first,
Yeah, I beat the Starfield one first. Yeah.
and it was boring.
Yeah, Starfield was buns, bro. I mean,
DLC,
like,
the DLC.
and
I haven't played the DLC yet on Starfield.
And that DLC was straight buns, man.
Yeah, the DLC was boring.
Like, I mean, of course I'm talking about the DLC. I got 700 hours in
no,
the
game
game.
good is good, but the DLC.
I think the
I think it was
3
fun, but it
best-
wasn't as much as it should have been.
was double
Which is
buns.
which is likewise for the whole game in a lot of people's minds. Like this is what they've always said about it, I guess. So
But Cyberpunk's
there's
DLC was awesome.
Yes.
yeah, in comparison, yes.
Cyberpunk's DLC, Phantom Liberty, could be a standalone game on its own. It is
Yes.
that good.
Yes. This is what I've seen thus far from any video I've seen on it. So
Yes. I'm trying to think of some of the best DLCs I played. Phantom Liberty's up there. Nightmare is up there. The DLCs
Alan Wake?
for what's that?
Nightmare. What's Nightmare?
I'm sorry, the Undead Nightmare for
Undead Nightmare. Yeah.
Undead Nightmare
Nightmare.
for Red Dead Redemption. The
Okay.
one for Oblivion was really good.
Oh,
Oh.
I remember that.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why it was so disappointing from Starfield, because if you played Oblivion, Shivering Isles, back with what do you call it, Morrowind, you had
Yeah, because
the
Bethesda
Howling
usually has
Moon or
really
whatever.
good.
Blood Moon and
Bethesda
everything.
has really good DLCs. They usually have pretty solid ones.
And those are more like expansions, right? Whereas this one is just like a quest line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it was called
It was like
Blood Moon, and then the other one, it was the one with the werewolves and the one with the vampires in Morrowind. Then you had Shivering Isles and Oblivion, and then you had Skyrim DLC like that. They dropped the ball with this one. but
Skyrim had a
You
lot.
know that there's a
So
a lot that they're trying to do. They're trying to create a whole universe to where they
Yeah.
have TV shows. They want to have a Star Trek: The Next Frontier going on. They just need to take their time and execute better. You got your whole little orange, what do you call it? Procedural generated lands.
Mhm.
Do better. Have more
Plus-
than the 8 buildings, because every planet you go to has the same few buildings, the
Yep.
same layouts. They just need to take their time and work. We all
and rely on your mods
fell
too.
off.
Rely on
That's
your
what I'm
mods because some of the stuff
modding
that's coming out
community
is
kinda
really
fell
good.
off. The modding community kind of fell off of them, but they'll
Yeah.
come back if they give them something that they really want to work with. Because I really like the storyline of Starfield. It's just, you want to make something so big and you want to take the shortcut way of doing the procedural generation. You got to make it more compelling. Because there's, what is it, like 130 different planets you can visit? They
Something like
need
that.
to figure out a way to make those more interesting.
Oh, Blood and
Agreed.
Wine. That's the other one. That's one of the
Blood and
best
Wine.
games.
Yeah,
That's Witcher.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one of the
we
best
know.
No, we're
DLCs.
talking about this. We're talking about the
Yeah,
best DLCs.
Blood and Wine,
Yeah.
Blood and Wine, Hearts of Stone.
We know.
Mm.
You told me nothing new.
One of the best
Yeah.
DLCs ever.
So you
I
never
give it
played
up.
Red Dead Redemption 6?
I never played it. I never
No,
played
Have
it.
you played 2?
No.
Yeah,
No, I never played Red Dead
play the first. Play it in order.
That's why I never played the second one, even though I have the second one, because I didn't have the first one and they announced it.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not spending
play-
$50 on it. Even
play
though,
in
yeah,
order.
they updated, and I'm sure they did a good job because nobody ever complained about the quality of it, unlike they did with the
Nah, they're both
remasters
good.
or the remakes of
Yeah,
the.
they're both good, except Red Dead. I mean, up until now, Red Dead was starting to show its age. Red Dead 2
Right.
is really good. So
Yeah, Red Dead 2, yeah, I know. Because that was a 4K on the original Xbox
mhm.
One X.
It's still, I
Like,
mean,
it's
even I'll still put Red Dead Redemption 2 the way it looked. I'll still compare it against most games this generation. I still
because it
think
was full 4K. It wasn't,
Yep.
upscale from some lower thing.
No.
It ran.
I would say Quantum Break. That one
Quantum
looked
Break
good.
is another good one. He's
It
not
looked-
lying about that.
Quantum Break
lying about
looked
that.
amazing. And people didn't get no credit to it.
This is true. He ain't wrong. He ain't lying.
A lot of people just sleeping on Xbox, man. Like by that time, people were already knocking Xbox because what's the name was good too. Rise. It wasn't as good as it could have been, but
amazing.
it deserved way more.
Rise is one of
notoriety
those
than
they need a sequel on, but it'll probably never happen because
Son
of
of Rome?
Yeah.
Rise
think-
out of
I
Rome.
think-
because
I think
of
now-
all the business behind the game. There's a
I think
lot.
now that Xbox is taking more of a multi-platform approach, that's not in the way, and they should just fund what's that? Because they have a good engine, but like they don't. Their games
Cry
are
or something.
Crytek.
Crytek, yeah.
Okay, just fund it. Just
Kind of like
go
what they
ahead
did
and-
with
just go ahead-
Ninja Gaiden
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
Hey, just go ahead and let ponies play Rise 1.
Whatever, bro. Yeah, do what you gotta
And-
do, man. Make your money.
Even
What?
my wife was watching me play that game. She's like, dude,
What,
that
Rise?
looks awesome. Yes.
Rise
Of
was ahead of his time.
Get it?
It was ahead of his time, and it like it was. I love that time period, anyways, because I'm always like Gladiator thing. And the first Gladiator,
Yeah.
second Gladiator sucked.
I mean,
But
it sucked, but it was nowhere near as good as the first one.
yeah, I mean,
300
if you're gonna try to do a sequel of a GOAT, you better meet it or it sucks.
You better
So,
not miss. Right. I got you.
They missed. Yeah, they missed.
I agree.
Yeah, but yeah, Rise was good. The other one that I think they're going to do, because Phil keeps talking about it, and when Phil drops these little hints, they end up doing it. I think they're going to do what's that?
Hexen or Heretic?
I think. Well, yeah, he's been dropping hints about that. I think it's crap. I'm having a brain fart at 46.
That happens.
The RPG Lost Odyssey.
Oh.
Because he dropped
remake.
He dropped Lost Odyssey in an interview recently, and that's one that I've been saying that they need to either bring back or do a sequel on, or both.
Or team up with the Japanese.
Or
Yeah,
team up with the Japanese, because they were talking about, well, we're trying to expand into Japan, and I got a game for you, Lost Odyssey. It's got a cult following. I'm one of them. So yeah, and he dropped it. I think him and I think Sarah Bond may have said something too about it, because they're like Lost Odyssey is one of those games that keeps popping out of people's mouths when we talk to them about games they would like to see come back.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
if you haven't played that game, if you don't mind turn-based, it's a good game. So
All right, guys. Let's close it up here.
Nice.
Yeah. I got Rise on the screen right now. It's so good. Makes me want to go play it now.
It's also on PC, so you can get on your little
Is it?
handheld PC. Yeah,
Nice.
it's been on PC since forever, ever.
achievements on that game are not easy either. I still got to complete that.
So,
Now, I wish it was Play
So
Anywhere or
good.
some shit, but there you go.
yeah, that would be nice.
Right?
I'm looking at it right now.
Play it on
Just
the
bring
road.
back so many memories when I was
Play it
playing.
on the
It's like,
road
dude,
if
this
it's on
game was
PC.
like amazing.
That's what I'm
Everything that
saying, yeah.
happened,
Let's bring
like
up the PC.
my jaw dropped. Like, dude, this game is.
Was this a
amazing.
launch game on Xbox One?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Launch or launch window. I forget.
Launch-
I think
yeah.
launch, though.
Man, what a any other console, any other generation, but that one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Let's have a good night. And what's next week? Oh, it's not the holiday yet, so we still got a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, we got one more we could do.
We got one more we can do before.
I put the
it takes a
Christmas
break.
lights up.
You did?
Oh yeah, me cussing
Man,
on
it's
the
not even-
ladder.
At least wait for Thanksgiving to pop
No.
off
I do it by the weather, dude. If it's like 80, I'll do it when it's 80 instead of
When
40
it's
and
80.
windy.
Oh my God. See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I can't even man. Yeah,
Dude, it's
You
warm
can't-
this
you
winter.
can't
We're having a
fathom-
warm fall.
I know.
We had
fathom-
one like
80.
cold day.
Oh, because he got
and
the
that's it.
80. Like, oh, that's
Yeah.
cold for him.
It was
Like
82
my
today, and we're in
fucking
North
God.
Texas. I mean, so I imagine what it was like down in Austin and all that. It's a few degrees warmer. So
Hey yo.
Yeah, like when was it? when I came back Sunday is when that cold front came in.
Yeah, it lasted a day.
It lasted for a day.
Yeah.
And then one of these days during the week, it was like 50 something degrees, but it was like super windy too.
Yeah, that sucks because then it
So
feels like it's
imagine-
like 40.
And then it was gone.
Imagine if it gets
Well, or the wind, or actually what happened here is the wind changed direction. So instead of 25 from the north, and it's 25 from the south, and it's like, make up your mind.
man. you
And plus
guys
the
could've
leaves
watched
are
out
starting to
for that.
fall, and I get everybody's leaves because I have a pool, so it's a magnet for leaves.
Mm.
My little
Yeah,
porch has a
sucks.
curve and it catches all the time.
Mine does that too. It's like
Man,
every
all
weekend
I
is me getting a blowout, blowing it out of my porch. It's like
Man,
I
all I could
I
think
blow
is,
it back into their yard.
you're not supposed to have yard work during the wintertime, but with the leaves, I
man,
do.
all I
so.
could think is, well, you're supposed to have shoveling some, but see, that's the thing I was gonna say. I just remember that was it last year or the year before where it got below freezing, and you guys have your outdoor pipes and stuff.
Yeah, we got the
Did you put that in? Did you put
I don't
that
think we're
insulation
gonna
on it like
get
I
any
told you?
snow this year.
Did you put that insulation like I told you?
I mean, we don't
Your
have
pipe?
outdoor pipe. We have pipes that run along the outside.
Yeah, we don't live in
external-
outhouses anymore, man.
They're
Come on, we're
external-
not in the ranch
saying
on
anymore.
the external
no,
walls.
Some of your pipes, like I don't know, for minor things or
Yeah,
outdoor.
I mean, they're not exposed externally. They're inside the external walls. That's the thing.
right. Yeah, but they're
Actually,
not,
my
like,
house, we're pretty lucky because it actually doesn't go. It goes underneath. It goes. Most of my
Underground?
plumbing is. Well, it goes underground, but most of my plumbing is on the internal walls, not the external walls. So I
because
got
I
lucky
remember
there.
you had to.
Well, most of the like newer
like-
homes, most of the newer homes are kind of like that because they've kind of wisened up a little bit, unless you're buying
Yeah.
like a cookie cutter house. But yeah, we got lucky when that winter snap. We didn't have any busted pipes, so
Yeah, but also I know what was a couple weeks ago you had to fix a pipe underground and all that. I'm like, oh, look at my guy, man. He had that blue. I forget what they call that.
oh, that
liquid,
was a
but-
sprinkler. That was a sprinkler line.
sprinkler thing. Yeah, but that was still on the ground. I'm like, oh, look at my boy knowing how to do all this shit, man. I'm proud of my boy.
Oh,
I know how to.
Yeah.
I know how to change out a sprinkler head. And that's pretty much it.
yeah. I mean, no, it's just PVC work. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's not. I mean, it's either me do it and spend $10 at Home Depot, or me paying someone $400 to come out and do it. It's like,
Conversation comes back around to Home Depot.
Home Depot,
Yep.
man.
like all you need is like the two color cement and
Yes.
then you need the right joints, which is like 25-30 cents or whatever, you know. It's not that, or $1 or $2 now. Shouldn't say that, given like 1990 prices. Yeah, but no, I was showing my work because I actually was proud of myself. Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, I was proud of you too, man. That's what I'm like, holy shit, look at my boy.
Yeah, man, I can make decisions on
You
for
get the
tech
big boy.
companies and still go out and get a
I'm a
shovel.
big kid now.
Yeah. Wait till my son gets a
man.
little bit older. He'll be doing it. I'll be
Yeah,
watching over
make
him.
him do it instead of you.
Exactly.
Exactly right. All right, guys, let's get out of here. Good night, everybody. Whoever's in the chat or anybody's left. And
Yeah.
Later.
we'll talk
Good
next
shit.
time.
Keep on gaming.
Peace. Bye.
GameCube day one, baby.